Hi, Nelson. Thank you for showing up. All right. I'm just going to wait a few minutes. It's 6:02. I'm going to wait a few minutes. I'm going to talk today about ketosis, um, the side effects of ketosis, how you know you're in ketosis, what gadgets to use if you want to know you're in ketosis, and is it for everyone? Not necessarily for everyone, but okay. 1 second. Instagram is kicking on now. I don't know. Oh, I think I'm off. Okay. All right. So we're gonna start in 1 minute, and I took some notes. I'm trying to be good and follow like a program because I like doing motivational speaking, and then sometimes I kind of gear off track and I become like a preacher. So, okay. All right. Well, hello to everyone. Hi, Nelson. Thank you for waving at me because I know you are on. And I just want to say, yesterday I did a post and I posted a little stick with a graph of different color shades. And what that is that's like a pee stick. It's like, hi, Joanne. It's like a pee stick. You pee on it and it tells you where you at. They sell that a lot for people that suffer of diabetes, so that they can know. It's called millimolars, and they follow it by 1, 2, 3. They know how low they are in their carb intake or their insulin level or triglycerides. So that's what they use it for. Okay, but I have these actually are called keto. I'm going to tell you why not to become dependent on these. And these are little sticks. They're called ketone strips, and that is what it's testing. It's testing the ketone in your body. And going back, because you're probably like, what in the world are ketones? So ketones are when your body becomes fat adapted. So I became fat adapted on my 9th day, which was yesterday. So some people become fat adapted on their 2nd day or their 3rd day, which is great. But obviously it took me up to 9 days, which is okay. And this is what I need you to understand. Not everybody is the same. The first time I went strict keto, I think it took me longer because I didn't even know anything about Keto Flu. And I hit it and I was freaking out. I was like, oh man, I'm going to die. But okay, I'm going to go back to the story later on. But okay, so when you're doing high fat, low carbs, your brain has to do the shift of using your carbs, your insulin as energy, and it needs to shift to start using your fat intake and your fat body content as energy, creating fuel. So I explained before how ketones are released from the brain. So once your body is looking to create energy for you for your survival, and it no longer finds carbs, it kind of goes into a state of panic. And your body, everything comes into work. Like, we're not just one. Like, we see ourselves like being one person. Like, this is the human body, but we're actually not alone. We have trillions of cells. We have trillions of little things, mechanisms, and little creatures in our bodies, if you see them under microscope, that are working to keep us alive. And they walk with us and they move with us, and everything we do, it's a cell. We're a bunch of cells connected. So all of a sudden you stop consuming carbs, which that is your gasoline, that is your fuel, and your brain is going to go into shock because it's going to be like, I need to help Joanne survive or Nelson survive, so it goes into a state of panic. And what it does is it's trying to figure out how it can make you live. We release ketones already, but we release a lower dose of ketones, and usually we're in a ketotic state when we sleep because we're not eating. So when we wake up, we have a low level of ketones. And ironically, we're actually born with ketones levels that are high because we've been consuming the healthy foods that our mothers have been giving us. And when the baby is born, he should be drinking breast milk, and if he drinks breast milk, the milk of the mother is high in fat also. So once again, the baby will be in ketosis when the baby is born. So why is it bad? I don't know why it's bad. You know, like people want to mess up everything. Anyway, but it's really good for you. So once you go into ketosis, you become keto adapted. Keto adapted means that now, as you're consuming avocados and healthy fats, please, healthy fats, not all fats are created equal. So make sure you're eating healthy fats. Once it starts using up the healthy fats that you're consuming and it goes through that storage, it'll start basically devouring the fat that you are carrying on your body. So that's when you start to feel like almost, I'm not lying to you, you feel like you're melting, because every time maybe the scale won't be going down, but you feel your body's getting smaller, like the pants are fitting different, the sleeves on your clothes are fitting different. You just feel like you're more, you feel good, like you feel more functional. So that's when you're starting to be keto adapted. Some people hit keto flu. Let me tell you what that is. Keto flu is when you have become fully adapted, your body sends signals, because now your body has to change the way it's been working all this time, that you've been eating the worst type of food ever. So all of a sudden, like a detox, like an addict, you take away their addiction, and you're going to see, if they're in a room, they have these little fits and they go through these issues. It's the same thing with our body, because sugar is a drug. I don't care how many flavors they come in, how many colors they come in. It's a drug. It's a drug. It's been proven to be as addictive as cocaine. So it is a drug. Unfortunately, it's a legal one. Okay, so is to be keto adapted for everyone? To go into ketosis for everyone? No, it's not. It's not for everyone. I don't think that everyone should be focused on that. I'm going to explain to you why I took my little test strip. So it looks like this, and it has like a little square patch on the end, which you can't touch. And it comes in a light color, you see. So it's very, very pale, almost invisible. So, you obviously put it in your urine stream, and then like really fast, and you wait for maybe like 40 seconds, I say, before it changes. And mine's changed all the way to large, which is 8.0 milliliters, I think it's called. So this is the second to last. And the reason why I did this test was because right after I finished filming or being live with you, while I was saying my goodbyes, I started not feeling 100%. I felt exhausted, like if a fridge fell on top of me or something like that. I wish we had like little emojis or something I could show you what it looked, because that's how I felt, like a fridge literally fell on my body. I got off of live. I couldn't repost it on YouTube or anywhere. I had absolutely zero energy, and I had to go lay down on the sofa. And I knew it. My stomach started acting up. I was feeling so sick. And all of a sudden, I was like, okay, I'm on day 9. But the first time that I got was ketosis. I believe I reached to day 12 or 14. It took me longer. But I think it's because I wasn't so strict. But this time I'm very strict. And I'm on day 9. I feel this way. So I head to the bathroom and I took my test. And lo and behold, I am in ketosis. Do I recommend people doing this? No. These become crutches, because you become addicted to everything. We become addicted to everything. We're creatures of habit. We became addicted to sugars. We became addicted to grains. Like, we think in our mind that if we don't have a piece of bread or a piece of rice or whatever in our meal, then it's not a complete meal. And that is not facts. Like, people have been living for centuries before us, and they didn't have the standard American diet. SAD. Standard American diet. SAD. Very sad, because it has everyone sick. So people have been, from the time of Adam and Eve, you don't see that they were eating grains. Like they weren't going and getting loads of sugar in cereal and It just doesn't happen in history that way. Yeah, they were eating certain grains, but we have to remember that what they were consuming is not what we are consuming now. It wasn't coming in boxes. They didn't walk to a supermarket and have these pretty pictures on it that would be enticing to our children and confusing to the parents. It didn't work like that. They didn't have a heart association that said eat oats because that's going to make you healthy, which is a lie. You know, that did not exist. Hi, Mildred. I'm not bashing grains and oats, but we're not eating the right grains and oats. Okay, so really quickly, so there's two things to try. So this is the strips, but there's also a machine. It looks like the glucose machine, like if you're diabetic, and it's specifically made to check your ketones. And one of the best ones is, because I'm sure somebody's going to message me for this information, one of the best ones is Precision Extra, and it's by Avid Labs. And people check to see where their blood stands with ketones. I don't recommend, if you are someone that becomes addicted to habits and stuff like that, don't do it. Because there will be days that you are in ketosis, but your body's already adapted to it, that it won't be releasing so many ketones. So your body will be like, you know what, I'm just gonna relax. So, is that my daughter? Carla.
Yes.
I'm on live. My Carla came in yesterday to visit me, which is really exciting. She doesn't know I'm on live, but now I told her. Okay, so what happens with the body is when you get in ketosis, it kind of relaxes because it already knows what it's doing. The same way that it knows what it's doing right now, that you're in your whatever eating habit. Yeah, Carla's here. There'll be days that you'll see your colors are going down and you'll get discouraged. And us, what we do when we get discouraged, what did I say yesterday? Our emotions kick in, our subconscious mind kicks in, wants to make us happy, and says, you know what, you already went down, so you might as well have an Oreo cookie, Nelson. Just kidding. So that's what it does, so you gotta kind of just relax. Don't get used to these things. Yeah, if you're feeling sick, maybe one day and you want to know, you're like, is this ketosis? Is this the keto flu? Go ahead and try it. How you can solve the keto flu? Really quick. You're going to get symptoms. Symptoms will be like a flu symptom. But to me, it lasted about, last night, I want to say 20 minutes. And it was gone. 20 minutes. Because this is what I did. I went and got some water. I got some Himalayan salt and I put a pinch of Himalayan salt in my water and I just drank that. Once I finished that cup, I did another cup and another cup. And before bedtime, I had magnesium, which is an element also, is a mineral. Okay, so that cured that. 20 minutes it lasted and then it was gone. Maybe I'll have it again tonight. I'm ready, because I think the first time I got it, it lasted me I got it 3 times. So for 3 days I got it. But all each time lasted about 20 to 30 minutes. You feel a little nauseous, it's not like you gotta call 911. That's not what you get feeling. And what can solve that is salt. Salt solves that. It's crazy, but that's what it is. It's because your body's working really hard to figure out what it's doing and everything is shifting. So yeah, get a cup of water. Himalayan salt is the best. If you don't have Himalayan salt, sea salt is amazing. And then if you don't have anything else, then just do table salt, which table salt is really not good. But, sea salt or Himalayan salt are the best. I have those. I get them really cheap at TJ Maxx, very inexpensive at Burlington. You can buy big bulks of it. You're not going to use that much. Put it in your waters. There's the keto punch. I said before, I think in my second video, the Keto Flu punch, and that is with the Dasani drops, and you just add some Himalayan salt, make it a little bit salty. That's all it is. And also you can have some apple cider vinegar, which is great. Okay, so I don't know if I'm talking too fast. Hey Miguel. So yeah, I don't know if I'm talking too fast. slow down. It's okay. I won't feel bad. No hard feelings. Okay. So I already told you about this. I'm trying to stick to my notes. Notes are kind of weird to me. So, okay. So if you're here because you want to see me, no. If you're here because of some of the information that I'm giving you, that's amazing. If you're not interested in doing keto, that is fine. What I do suggest is doing a low carb as in not eating any cookies and cereals and breads and bagels and crackers and cakes and that. Just eliminate that from your body and use those as rewards or an outing with your family. And remember, no snacking. So I would have, if I was not doing keto and I'm going to the low carb, I would do proteins, healthy fats, and healthy vegetables. Vegetables have carbs. You can do eggplant, different vegetables there are in this world. You can make amazing food. You can make veggie patties, anything like that. And all of that has carbs. Sweet potato have carbs. Any root vegetable has carbs. So you can just up your carb on things that are real food. And you're not doing keto. But what happens? You're going to be 100 days from now, 20 days, whatever your goal is, you're going to be different from what you look like right now. If you stand in front of the mirror, that is not going to be the same person that you will be looking at in whatever days from now you choose to do. I'm liking how I feel. Am I going to say I kind of had encounter with cheese today at work a few times, and I didn't even crave it. And I love cheese, believe me. I would take cheese over anything unless it's cheesecake. That, I'm not lying. And I was really thinking, and I was like, wow, it feels really good not having the cheese. I don't feel a lot of inflammation. I feel not bloated. So would I do this for longer? Yeah, maybe I go past the 21 days without cheese. I'm still staying on keto. And every now and then, after I feel that I've reached my goal, yeah, every now and then I'll dabble into a little bit more carbs than usual. Now I think I'm literally consuming way less than, I want to say 10, 15 grams of carbs. Like, I'm literally not having any carbs. Like, on my salad is olive oil and balsamic vinegar. That's what I'm having. I try to post a few things that I'm eating so that I can share with you and maybe give you some ideas so you can see that it's not that hard. Today I did great. Didn't mess up at all in anything. I haven't messed up in 10 days. Well, not messed up, but I've stayed in my goal within 10 days and I feel really good. Today, at one point when I got home, I felt a little tired. I don't know if it was the heat in the house or what, but, brushed my teeth, drank water, had a tea, and I felt great again. So you have to find what works for you. And that also helps with your character, your attitude towards the people that live with you, because no one else is doing keto with me. And, we need to get along. Like, usually people that diet, they say, oh, you become a monster or something like that. But no, you have to remember first your mind and then your body. If your mind is not in the right place, the body's not going to go anywhere. It might go away and disappear for a few months, but it'll be back, believe me. It happened to me. Okay, so ketosis, if you're going to get into keto diet, any diet, Whole30 diet. Whole30 diet is amazing if you don't want to do the keto diet or low carb diet. It's a process of elimination, but she does encourage low carbs. Anything is low carb, sorry friends, but if you're eating all the sugar and carb intake, you're not going to lose weight. It's not going to happen. So any diet that you do requires low carb, and some of them require calorie deficits. Right now I'm in a calorie deficit because I am doing intermittent fasting. So I am doing the 24 fast, which is 20 hours of fasting, 4 hours of fueling. I'm only having two meals, no snacks between. And both meals, I make sure that I am full and I'm getting everything I need. I'm getting my proteins. I'm getting my fats. Today I had 2 strips of bacon for my breaking fast. And do you know that that's where that word comes from? Breakfast. Breakfast is breaking your fast. We're supposed to be fasting. somewhere along the line, it became a box of cereal and bagels and high sugar orange juice, and that's what it became. And that is not how you should break a fast. When you're breaking your fast, it should be high fat. So for my fast that I broke, I had, what did I eat this morning? I had scrambled eggs again, made with butter, and I had a half an avocado and only two strips of bacon. Because people do the mistake, they're like, I'm on keto, so I can have 100 pieces of bacon at sitting, and I can have, like, I watch people doing this all the time. Like, I'll look at their plate and they have piles and piles of like fat food, and it's like, that's not what it is. You're still supposed to kind of look like an adult, So I have my protein, I have my 2 strips of bacon, and I had half an avocado, and I had a lot of water. I added some regular salt. No, it was sea salt, actually. I added some sea salt to my water just because I knew what happened to me yesterday, and I don't want that to happen to me today. But that's okay. I also took 1 potassium, which is really low. It's only 99 milligrams. So 1 tablet of potassium, which potassium also helps because it's sodium. Okay, so that's what it is. If you have any questions, please, or any comments, or any ideas that you want to share, or any, testimonial of how you're feeling, if you're following this, if you're following me, please put it on the comments below, and I will read it as soon as I see it. Intermittent fasting. If you're doing intermittent fasting, sleep helps, if depending on what your window is. I always tell people, because when they want to start intermittent fasting, don't do the 4-hour like I do. I'm already used to it. I can easily go into 24 hours because I'm used to doing the 20 hours. It also works for my schedule because I wake up at 3 in the morning. So for me, my schedule is completely different from everyone else's. So that is the importance of never, ever, ever comparing yourself to someone else. Because your life is not the same. You're not doing exactly the same thing. You're not married to the same people. You're not working in the same place. So stop comparing yourself to other people, okay? And stop judging other people because you don't know who they are unless you're walking inside of their shoes, literally. So let's find peace in this world. So intermittent fasting, if you're doing intermittent fasting, it's easier if you start with 16-8. 16-8 because it's an 8-hour window. And that would be like a 9 to 5. So 9 to 5, I'm going to eat. Obviously, that's a bigger window. So there I do recommend 1 snack in between, which could be, depends on what type of, how much carbs you want to take. Remember, you can start at 26 grams, but if you're training for something, there's a few people that I know, like through social media, and so I don't personally know them, but I know that they train and they have an amazing physique, and they're on keto, but they also eat about 50 grams of carbs, and sometimes they go up as high as 100 grams. But once again, these are not cookies or cakes or anything like that. They're just adding more vegetables to their meal. So you can make zucchini bread. Like, there's so many recipes that you can make, and it's exciting to cook. Like, to me, cooking is like a science. So mixing all these ingredients and then seeing what's going to come out is exciting. So there's zucchini breads. There's, I've made bread. I made psyllium husk rolls with everything bagel sprinkled on it. I've made bagels out of mozzarella cheese, and I make pancake out of coconut flour. It can be fun. You can have pancakes with coconut flour. If you're gonna do pancakes, don't get the sugar-free maple syrup or anything like that, because that's usually just like cornstarch and sugar. So make sure that you read your labels. This is a reset. This is where we educate ourselves to see food and take care of our bodies the right way. Okay, we worry about a million things that is in our perimeter. We worry about our I know a lot of people are asking now if their air conditioning system is ready so that it can be prepared for the summer. But it's like, what are you doing for yourself? What are you doing for your body? Like, summer is like 3 months it'll be hot. So this is your time to take notes of whatever things that I say to you. Take notes, whether it's for mental healing, physical healing, emotional healing. Mental healing is huge on my list, because when I'm gonna post today a picture that I found, and I weighed, I don't know how much I weighed, but I was really big, and I can tell you, I stared at that picture. I think I found it yesterday, and I showed it to Gabby, and I felt so sad for the person that was in that picture, because I knew the sadness that she was in, and I'm not fit right now. Like, yeah, I feel like I'm okay, like I'm not like a supermodel, and that is not my interest. I'm not interested in being a supermodel or anything like that. I'm interested in being healthy. I'm interested in being functional. I'm 47. Don't tell no one. But I like to move. I like to be active. I like, right now I have a little setback. I'm not going to the gym as much. Well, I'm not working out as much as I would like to. But right now I'm studying, and I have a trillion things on my plate. I have like interviews I gotta do soon, and a lot of stuff that I'm coming, and I need to be taking notes just to keep myself in order. But I feel great. Like, yeah, I'll go and I'll do squats. Squats are, what? Fitness is available to you. It's just your excuses that are making it not available. It's easy. Body weight. You do maybe 5 rounds. Real quick. This is going to be your workout. 5 rounds, and you're going to do 12 to 15 push-ups. And you'll do 20 squats, right? And then you can do about 10 to 12 dips on your chair for your triceps. So the push-ups will get your upper body, but it also gets your core, okay? Because a lot of people are like, oh, I'm overweight, I'm just going to do crunches so that I could get a flat stomach. That is not going to happen, because there's no such thing as focusing on one spot on your body and it's going to be flat. That's not how it works. Like, you'll be working on your arms, and without understanding, you're going to incorporate your abs, and you're going to incorporate your glutes and your legs. And if you're pushing something up, you're incorporating everything, frontal and from the back, So just move. Walking, get a pedometer, walk 20,000 steps, start in the morning. A commercial comes on, run in place, get those numbers up, like watch it. Any little thing. If you have to set your alarm clock like me for every 30 minutes, and you're sitting in front of the computer, and 30 minutes, oh, it just rang. Okay, I'm just going to run here in place, and I'm going to count to 100. And then you sit down and you work again. And it's those little things that get your heart going. And it's also, taking care of your insides. And it's going to give you these little bursts of energy. And eventually, believe me, it looks like, oh, I've been doing that for a month and nothing is happening. No, it's going to add up. It's going to add up. It's crazy. Like, the way our mind thinks. We want the healing. We want the miracles all in the same day. We need to work on it. In relationships, we need to work in our relationships. We need to work in the people that surround us, because that's where we get our energy from. So we need to make sure that the people that are in our home, and our husband and our children, that they're in the right place too. So let's say I was in a chaotic house. Sorry, I'm going into my motivational things right now. But in a chaotic, where there's chaos, where that like something is wrong, there's a division between your husband, there's no connection with your kids, or everybody's talking and no one's understanding each other, one of you has to pull out. So if it's you step back and you say, you know what, let me just listen. Let me just listen to what they're trying to say, and just let them be who they are. Like parents, let your children be who they are. They are not you. They're not going to love what you do, and they are not your other kids. All my 3 children are beautiful, and they're individually made. They are not the same in any way. I cannot say, no, each one is who they are. And that's, as parents, we do that mistake. And we need to listen to them, because each one has different wants. Each one's have different needs. And we have to learn to listen to what they want. Why do you want them? Ask, why do you want this? Why? What are you going to ask questions like that? Not don't tell them what to do, but ask them why. What is the reason? Why are you getting out of this? Make them think. And then tell them, okay, you know what? We can't have this conversation if you're in a disagreement. I've done it with my kids before. Okay, we can't talk right now. Let's stop right now, and then we come back. Because once emotions and rages are high, there's no communicating. All right? And if you're with your spouse and you want that connection with your spouse, it's the same thing. Like, don't wait for him to be like all romantic with you. You be romantic with him too. Be like, okay, this is what I want. Sorry if there are kids in the rooms. I have needs, and you know what? Let me go and, be flirtatious, or him be flirtatious. But that's how it is. You got to reconnect. Everything can be healed. Believe me, everything can be healed. Take walks. Be together, do little things. Watch a movie. Have time. No TV in the room. No phone in the room. I say this a million times. Joanne. Yeah, a million times. No TV, no phone. Why? To me, the bed is sacred. That belongs to me and my husband. That is where, if we need to talk about something, there's no distraction. I know that I won't go to sleep and he'll be outside of the house, because when you're on that phone, you're in another world, Like, people can be talking to you and you're more interested in what is on the phone than what the person that is needing you at that moment is requesting from you. It's so many little things. If you can have meals together, have meals together. I know right now with the pandemic and everything, it kind of shifts stuff around. But you know what? Even if you're not doing it and you can make one day happen, make one day happen, Like, I was telling Gabby today, like, we work so much that sometimes we don't have one day together. But we need to try to make time together, because it's important. Our family is important, because we are here, and if the energy in your house is negative, then your house is going to fall apart, your health is going to fall apart, everyone's health is going to fall apart. And everywhere you walk, it's like you're walking. I love looking at Instagram posts when they illustrate like somebody walking with a cloud above them and it's raining, and it's like they say, everything's going wrong for me, I'm gonna die, this is the worst thing. You know what? Nothing is gonna happen. You're gonna be fine. You need to start changing how you talk. Remember morning affirmations, read quotes, listen to motivational speakers, listen to so many things out there. You have the world in your hand. Put it loud enough that maybe your kids can hear it. It's like when my kids were younger, I used to leave before them, and I used to put K-Love radio, which is inspirational music, and they could hear it. Sometimes they were screaming from the room, "Oh, love that!" But it's okay. Like, I knew, I was like, okay, they listen to it, whatever. It's in hopes that something kind of sticks, And as parents, that's our dream. But as adults, what is the example that we're giving our kids? If every time we're complaining about something, if we're complaining about work, and work is work, and people are people, and there's always going to be negative people, and there's always going to be people that have their bad energy, and they feel like they can influence you to be angry, and it's just people that are like that in this world, and you just have to have your mind in the right place. Leave the house and just if somebody's upset, just listen to them. Keep your mouth shut, and just kind of feel sad that their day is going so bad, but don't be a part of it. Don't be a part of gossip. When somebody's talking about somebody else, first of all, it could be a sabotage. Be very careful. And second of all, you're being a part of something that is negative, so you're enticing it. So stop talking about other people. Stop talking about other people that are doing what you do. Learn to appreciate other people. I try to get on Instagram, and I know a few of you might know. If I see you posted something, I don't just like, I try to send a message, like if it's on story, I'll like it, but I'll send a message like, oh, I do that too. Or little things like, because I want you to know that your message, I see it, And that's why I say, please, if you see I post something, comment, because I know what I'm trying to do with others, so I would like it be done to me too. So that's the way it is. Okay, so really quickly, because time is going and I'm like everywhere again. Intermittent fasting. Okay, for keto, you need to consume. If you have any questions, please go ahead and ask, and I will stop whatever I'm doing and do some more motivational if you need. I'm on it, man. That's my thing. I love it. I love it. I love to inspire people. I love to make people feel happy. I like to make people see. I don't want to use the word hope, because I think sometimes it's used in the wrong way. But I want people to see that their life can change, that it can be better, that all you got to do is step through the door. And that is what I live for. So whenever two people actually messaged me today, and they were saying that I'm a motivation to them, and that they're doing these little changes. And to me, that matters, because I think all of us should be doing that. It shouldn't just be me. Like, wherever you're at in work, or try to change someone's life for a positive way. Like, I'm sure there's somebody struggling through something. Be the ear, give a hug, to hold. I know in the pandemic it's kind of hard, but just find a way to have empathy towards others. I'm an open book. People know they can come to me, and sometimes I'm busy, and they want answers on what is happening in their life or their body, and I give it to them, and at work sometimes I get in trouble, but because I'm so like entangled in the conversation, and I need to get back to work or whatever I'm doing, so people are like, hello, you need to do something. But yeah, that's my purpose in life, is to serve. It's biblical. That's what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be helping others to be happy and to enjoy life, and that every second of our life counts. It counts. Okay, we all have a purpose. So if you're at home saying, I'm worthless, there's no reason for me, or whatever someone else has put in your mind, whatever their anger, their negativity was that they installed in you, brush that off. You're amazing. If you find yourself alone, wake up in the morning, make your bed, listen to affirmations, get dressed, put makeup on, make yourself beautiful, handsome, whatever you are. Walk outside and just go for a walk and enjoy being with you. Don't put your headphones on. Don't do anything, and just admire nature. If you can go somewhere where there's nature has been proven to heal anxiety and depression. Do it, walk and enjoy yourself. Be like, well, I'm alone, so let me pamper myself the way I deserve to be pampered. And you do it for yourself. Okay. Portion size. Going back to keto, sorry. So portion sizes are really important, because that's what keeps you committed to your schedule. Remember? So schedule your food like you schedule anything else, and you won't mess up. There won't be mindless eating. You won't be picking at everything. If I see something and I'm like, oh, like I would like, because you can have berries. I'm not having berries right now. I'm waiting for my 21 days. So once I can do my berries, I love berries with heavy whipped cream. I love that. I'll post a picture of it for you. I have pictures of things that I've done for myself. I don't know. I just take pictures just to motivate myself. But berries, if I know that right now I'm going to eat a smoothie like I told you to make earlier, with almond milk and berries, and add collagen. And I'm sorry I go through these things just in case someone that doesn't know me is peeking in. I want them to be fully informed. Or if you're picking in for the first time, go watch my other videos. Scroll through my Instagram. My webpage, I still don't have a lot of stuff on there because we just redid it. Mildred has helped me to redo it. So it's still kind of work in progress. But it's a lot of good stuff. But if you want to get a session private with me to help you with motivation or fitness or weight loss or even a relaxed state of like a hypnosis, but just relaxed state. You're not falling under, you're not asleep or anything like that, but it's just to walk you through certain things and give you some affirmations and things that we can put in a recording and then you can listen to. You can also go into the website and you can book those. I have a calendar up, so it's the days that I have available. I have for transformational therapy, and I also have for anything that you need to get out of the rut. Okay, so if you want to do that. Okay, sorry. So going back, Mildred is asking, whipped cream is okay. I make my whipped cream. So all it is a cup of heavy milk or a third of a cup. No, not a third. Yeah, 3/4 of a cup. I do. So I put it in the blender and you just blend it and it becomes whipped cream. You don't have to add anything to it. If you want, sometimes I add a few stevia drops to it to make it sweet. But you can just blend it by itself. Keep the blender, you'll see that it's blending, and all of a sudden you hear the shift of the sound that it's blended. And then you can add your berries to that. You can add seeds, anything you want. You can if you have the Choco Zero. Choco Zero is actually not being paid by them, but they're also in the picture that I sent, and they make really good chocolate syrup, and I think it was raspberry syrup that I purchased the last time, and they made a maple syrup, which is 0 carbs, and it's keto friendly. And the maple syrup I actually use for when I make coconut pancakes. So yeah, I think those are the only syrups I use. Or you can make your own syrup. There's a lot of people posting amazing ingredients. Just be careful with the people. A lot of them are copying out and using cheap ingredients, which are like the maple syrup that I said earlier is cornstarch and sugar only. But yeah, just look for a lot of recipes and it's cool. But whipped cream is definitely my favorite. It's also very, very high in fat, so it'll make you feel full. And it'll give you a dessert at the same time. So what I was saying earlier, before I forget, because then I'll be like, oh, I lost track there, is that if I'm going to have berries or something like that, I have it with my meal. So it doesn't become a snack. It became part of my meal, right? So, because I don't want my body to get, my brain to get used to that, oh, I'm going to be grazing within these 8 hours. So whatever I see, I will pick up and eat. Because you won't lose weight. Doesn't matter. If you're on keto, doesn't matter what you're on. It's not going to happen because you're not giving your body that reset. So if you're doing the 8-hour window, yes, of course, it's a long day. So if you break your fast at 9 o'clock in the morning and you're gonna end your meal period at 5, because that's 9 to 5, that's your 8-hour window, then yes, definitely make sure that both meals are high in fat and high in carbs, and have your snack in between, but make it something that you'll enjoy. Don't, like if you're gonna do, sometimes I do cheese tacos, which is really just a handful of cheese, mixed cheese, and then you can just put an egg in the middle or anything you want, which is really yummy. Or you can have a piece of cheese and, you just play around with, pay attention to your body. I can't be with you sitting on your shoulder and tell you do that, do this, do that, do this. Just pay attention and use your common sense, and know that you don't want to sabotage yourself. So do eat, but be aware, like, okay, I'm just going to have a handful. I'm going to post the measurements of the hands on the post today so that you can see that. And then you can have in mind that this is like an ounce or whatever, for those of you that don't know how to measure without a scale. Walking is great. I already said that. Don't eat too much. Just feel that, okay? And the flu symptoms, I said that also. So I'm going down my, a few things that you might get once you're in ketosis, which I'm going to tell you, don't be afraid. But there's a few symptoms that a lot of people get, and it's because your acetone, we have acetone in our body. It's similar to the acetone of cleaning your nails, and it's in our stomach. And our acetone levels will go up on keto, which is not rare and it's not dangerous or anything like that, but it can cause a weird smell in your breath. So it can cause bad breath. Some people have said that their their taste is really sweet. So those are symptoms. Digestive changes, so you might get constipated or you might have the runs, once again because your body's shifting to a different way of eating. So it's kind of trying to help you there. If you're in ketosis or you're keto adapted but no longer in ketosis, remember it's still burning fat. So maybe if you're working out, there's going to be days that you're going to feel exhausted, like you ran through your energy levels. So that's where some people purchase ketones, they're called, and they're little packets you put in your water and it's ketones. Or you can do just your water with a little salt and some Dasani flavoring or stuff like that. That works well, just to kind of lift up your triglycerides and everything like that. Or if you're really a hard athlete, then of course I would recommend 100% to up your carb intake. 50 grams, even 100 grams, because you are an athlete. So you are obviously needing this fuel. If you need to have a sweet potato, have a sweet potato. Remember, this is a reset. To be healthy is not necessarily keto. You don't have to do keto for the rest of your life. It's just a reset. You don't even have to be doing keto now. Do low carb. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not a doctor. Anything that you decide, tell your doctor. Even if your doctor is not on board with these things, like, don't mention it. Remember, I said at the beginning, don't name it keto. Just say, okay, doctor, I'm planning to have healthy proteins, clean, good fat, and vegetables that are lower in the glycemic index. And you know what the doctor's going to say? Yes, definitely do that, right? But if you tell them, I'm going to do keto, which is high in fat, and I'm going to be eating cheese and bacon, and because that's all you see now, the doctors will be like, no, you can't have that. But all you have to do is paint it another way, and I bet you 100% he will be on board and he will work for you. Everybody needs a doctor. You need to see a doctor, because they are the only people that can tell you if something is going wrong with your body, and you have to be able, like I said yesterday, disagree with things that they say and ask questions and say, what can you do differently? Like my doctor, sometimes he'll recommend do more sprints, do more this, because he works out. So that helps, But yeah, you need to see the doctor. The doctor is not a monster. Let the doctor know everything that you are doing. I am not a doctor. He'll make sure that you are healthy and that your blood work is coming healthy and your internal organs are where they need to be. And, this is what this is about. I'm not selling you keto. I'm not trying to bring you over to, make you come and be part of a member of my church or anything like that. That's not what I'm doing here. What I'm doing is that I'm trying to tell you to start seeing food differently so that you have a relationship with food and so that you learn how your body works and you can live a long, healthy life. Okay? That's what we all want to do. I want to live to be 100. I don't know about you. But it hasn't been going so well so far, but I'm working on it, So it's just about appreciating life. You can enjoy your family meals. You can enjoy everything with them. You're just eating differently. Like the same food, but you just pile up the salad. Throw on the olive oil. Believe me, eventually you're going to feel so full because your stomach is going to have to break down that good oil that is going to be giving you brain power. My dog is staring at me so weird from over there. He's like, shut up already. So, okay, and it also might give you your adaptation, which is once again sluggish with the heavy carbs, that now is switched to a whole different way of eating. When you're eating the high fat, obviously it reduces your appetite, so you won't get hungry as much. So I literally had my breaking fast meal, and then for my lunch or my last meal, which was within my 4 hour window, I couldn't eat the whole thing. I only consumed half of it. Okay, so I'm almost done with you. So insulin, I already spoke about insulin. Insulin is going to change because of keto. You won't have, once you're keto adapted, there will be no more insulin spikes. Everything will be fine. Your whole body system will be stable. And you can have berries and blueberries, raspberries, blackberries. Strawberries are the best because they don't mess with your glycemic index. That means that the sugar content in these delicious strawberries is not going to mess with your system. So look at that. We even get to have sweets. It improves your brain clarity, so you'll be focused. I was listening to a video earlier today, and it was a college student. She's in pre-med, and she was saying how everyone in her dorm room eats cookies and donuts, and then they crash. So they're studying, they're binging on this trash, and she said that she was doing a healthy, clean keto, not that low carb. She was doing a higher carb just because she was eating on carrots and stuff like that. And she said that she would be so much more productive than they were, but she did stay away from sugars, which is great. You see, you don't even have to do keto or anything. It's as simple as I'm not gonna have bread, I'm not gonna have cookies, I'm not gonna have these trillions of cereals or snacks, that's all you have to do. It's that easy. No, strawberries are a go. Any berries are a go. Strawberries are the best. That's why if you go to keto desserts, you see they use a lot of strawberries and blueberries. And raspberries are my favorite. So once I am done with my 21 days, that's going to be my treat. It's going to be a handful of raspberries. Maybe on whipped cream. I don't know. Maybe I can make a mug cake, which I do in the microwave, made out of coconut. So that's what it is. Weight loss, of course, weight loss is gonna come. Weight loss is gonna come no matter which template you use, whether it's paleo. Paleo is amazing too. Paleo, low carb, keto, Whole30. Weight loss is gonna come because you're following the rules of your body. You're paying attention to what your body is giving you, and it obviously is gonna improve your physique, because you're no longer gonna have that muscle fat. Like some people are very physical, and I can tell, oh, they work out, but then they look like almost like they're in between being muscular and being heavy at the same time. So is that visceral fat that I spoke about the stomach yesterday, that also goes into your muscles. So it gives you that look of fit fat kind of thing, So if you cut out the carbs, cut out the whatever you're eating that you shouldn't be eating, you're going to see your body's going to start cutting up and look more chiseled. And you're not doing these starvation diets. You're fueling your body. You're taking care of your body. Magnesium is great. So, yeah. So when you're getting those good symptoms of losing weight, you made it. You made it. Whatever regimen you're at, you made it. And don't give up. Don't give up. And don't focus on weight loss. Focus right now on releasing inflammation. You'll start seeing it. My ankles are very small now. I'm really excited, And I can see it like on my face and stuff like that, And I see it I feel it on my clothes, And haven't weighed myself, I do measure my waist circumference every now and then, and that went down. I think I only went down maybe about 1.5 inches, which is great because it's 1.5 inches that I had before we started, and now it's gone. So you know what? I'm gonna celebrate my little 1.5 inches. It sounds like a little bit to you, but it's a lot. It's a lot, and didn't even measure my whole body. If you want, take all your measurements, because I'm sure you're losing weight in different parts of your body at different times. I'm just doing my stomach, but I can tell you that my ankles are smaller, my calves are smaller, my neck is smaller, so I can see it, but it's my waist that I'm measuring. But I'm sure I can tell you if I do a whole inventory of how many inches I've lost maybe 5 inches, you know, around my body, which we need to celebrate these things. There's these little steps. That's what's going to get us and help us stay there. And if you finish keto and you got the results, or if you finish whatever you wanted and you got the results you want, and you want to change a little bit, change. Because that's what it is. All these ways of eating is process of elimination. So you eliminate everything that you think might be bad, and then once you're healthy and your blood levels are healthy and your doctor gives you the green light that you're healthy and that you're active and everything, and you say, you know what, I want to now start eating maybe a little bit higher in carbs as a low carb and doing wraps and stuff, then you know what, you prepared your body for that. But only when you're prepared, you know, because we can't live our lives in prison to these patterns and things. Right now you're in prison to eating bad, and you need to break free because it's destroying you and it can kill you, you know. So just start eating healthy, love each other, be happy. If you see people outside in the street that are miserable, and you know, I don't know, send a good vibe to them, you know. And if people are talking to you about negative things, you just don't let it in, because once you become a part of that, your heart is absorbing that. So if anyone has any questions, I'm going to be shutting off. Just throw it on the comments. Thank you for joining me. Please, any motivations, any transformations, anything that you want to share with me, so that I know that my talk is doing something to somebody. So have an amazing night. And today is day 10. That means we're in the middle. So we have 11 more days to go. So 11 more days that I hope you come and join me. Okay? So have a great night. Be amazing. Be blessed. Be happy. Bye.